Biohacking is do it yourself of your own biology.
That's right.
80% of your good health will come from the right nutrition, the right foods that you put in your mouth and that goes into your body.
Say that show me the vegetables, show me the fruits, which is natural, which is organic,
Absolutely.
which is grown the right
Yeah.
way. It's very difficult to get.
Because that's important, right? Otherwise, you will constantly be working on old school methods.
Hello everyone. Today in the series which I'm doing about biohacking and also the wealth theory, when we talk about wealth, I always put the H in between because I believe without that H, wealth doesn't work. So that is what we call health within the wealth. In that series, I'm going to introduce today a very eminent personality who is well established in this region. When I say this region, means the UAE, and she has helped thousands of people to come out of some major health challenges, and she's a clinical dietitian. At the same time, she also believes in the concept of biohacking. And here it's my privilege to introduce Dr. Mitun De Sarkar.
Thank you, Mr. Sajeev, for having me here.
Thank you, Dr. Mitun. Primarily, we're going to talk about something very interesting, not just about as a dietitian. Maybe we'll be talking more about the concept of how can we help people hack their own biology.
You know, what is biohacking? Biohacking is do it yourself of your own biology.
That's right, yeah.
We all need to take control of our own bodies, our lives. So that is what is biohacking. If you know where you're going wrong, how you're feeling, and you can make a few changes to that and start feeling better about yourself, get that energy back. That is biohacking.
Absolutely. I know I've been doing a lot on this in this space, and I always found that in the concept of biohacking, the one thing which has always been contributing the maximum is the food, or the nutrients, or the nutrition. And as a clinical dietitian, I'm sure that you can contribute a lot towards enhancing people's knowledge about this concept of biohacking.
Yes.
So, how is your journey? How has your journey been into this field of, I would rather say, health and wellness? Because many people, when I talk to them, some of them come in by default. Some of them take a concerted decisions that I wanted to be a dietitian. I wanted to be in this field of health and wellness.
Yeah.
So, how was your journey?
So we're Indians.
Yeah,
we are meant to be doctors or engineers.
Yeah.
Right?
Study well, become a doctor.
Study well, become a doctor. Yeah. So yes, it all started with that. Wanted to become a doctor. But as I was growing up, my mindset was changing. I wanted to get into preventive health. My argument with my dad used to be that people go to doctors once the disease has manifested.
That's right.
I want to be into preventive healthcare where I'm stopping them from falling ill. So what are the possibilities? So when the research was done, nutrition was just about starting those days I'm talking about. I'm talking about 2 decades ago.
Yeah.
So nutrition as a field was very raw and very new. Wasn't even taken seriously. I'm happy that now nutrition as a field has taken over and it's been given so much priority. 80% of your good health will come from the right nutrition, the right foods that you put in your mouth and that goes into your body.
But I'm really surprised 2 decades back, almost in the early 2000s, even this wellness, concept of wellness was in the infant stages.
Yes.
I still remember Dr. Paul St. Pilzer released the book, The Wellness Revolution in 2000. So the all concept of wellness and preventive health was so premature at that point.
Yes, I totally agree with you.
So what made you to think in that line?
Because I have seen so many of my relatives, my friends, families suffer because of lack of awareness and knowledge, straight getting into the ICU because they didn't know anything better. So that was the best time I felt that what can be done to prevent this? Why does one have diabetes? Why didn't we work right from the beginning? Is it only about because I added sugar in my tea, or there is much more to it?
Right, yeah.
Why does somebody have a heart attack? What did he do wrong? So these were the questions that used to float in my head. And that's when my search began. And in fact, my father was telling me, get into pathology. I said, pathology is still investigation.
Correct, absolutely.
I want to know
Absolutely.
what can be done as an alternative to prevent.
And now you are almost 2 decades in this industry, in this field, in this domain.
Yes.
And your perceptions or perspective about this all health and wellness also must have changed during these last 2 decades. What kind of a transition it has gone through? Maybe Dr. Mitun, 20 years back and now, when you look at your perspective about health and wellness, what kind of a transition you must have gone through?
See, nutrition is ever evolving. Every day there's a new research, there's a new study. You cannot be old school, so you have to understand and stay updated.
Right.
Now, since I'm a clinical dietitian and I'm licensed by DHA, which is Dubai Healthcare Authority, we luckily, as clinical dietitians, have to cover CMEs, which is continual medical education.
Correct.
So that keeps us updated on the new studies, new researches. So that is something, because that's important, right? Otherwise, you will constantly be working on old school methods.
True.
So I think it has evolved, and you stay updated and you practice and you implement those new changes with your patients, and you see the changes that we can bring about. So I believe you go with the times.
Yeah.
It's important.
Now, why I'm asking this question is because if you look at the way the health and wellness nutrition industry has evolved, there used to be a time we used to talk about eat clean, eat neat. Even now people talk about it, and homemade food, all those kinds of things. But in 20 years' time, things have changed because everybody has changed their lifestyle, their pattern has changed.
Yeah.
And I would rather say that, if you are going to talk about get your nutrients from vegetables and fruits, my question is, where do I get that kind of vegetables and fruits which can give me that kind of nutrients?
Yes.
So that's why people have started resorting to nutritional supplements and nutraceuticals.
Yes.
And even though there are some maybe clinical dietitians who are against it, saying that no, you don't require supplements, you need to take it from the food itself. There are some people who have even had discussions or maybe debates with me. I always say that show me the vegetables, show me the fruits, which is natural, which is organic,
Absolutely.
which is grown the right way. It's very difficult to get. So, and another thing what I have seen in this entire journey is that maybe about 5 years back, we were talking too much about natural and herbals.
Yeah.
And now McKinsey has released a report which says that the overall perspective about nutrition has changed, and the consumer behavior pattern has changed, and what right now people are looking at is scientific and evidence-based rather than herbal and natural.
Makes sense.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
so that's why I asked, how you, as a practitioner, how you have seen this graph.
Yes, definitely. I've definitely seen that more and more people are seeking science-based and evidence-based information. Now listen, we live in a modern life. We're living in a concrete jungle.
That's right.
Where are you going to get holistic farms where food is grown? Where are you going to be getting that organic food? Even the organic that you get, there is no guarantee it's purely organic.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
We don't know if the soil is fertile. We don't know if the nutrients in the food, when we say nutrients in the food, what is the guarantee that it is true? How do we know that the macros and the micronutrient in this food is correct? So there is the best way to find out the status of deficiencies in your body is through lab markers, do your blood tests. We find that we would try to check your iron levels, your B vitamins.
That's right.
We would like to know your calcium, your magnesium. We would like to know all these important nutrients,
Markers.
The vitamins and the minerals in your body. Find them out. And if there is a deficiency, some things can be achieved through good food, the right combinations of food. But some require you to supplement because it's not possible. If today you have very poor, very low vitamin D levels, I'll be foolish to tell you, just go and soak yourself in the sun every day and you'll be fine. You may enjoy the benefits, but you need that extra supplementation. If you are very poor in ferritin levels, how much ever you have your green leafy vegetables and the red meats and the organ meats, but you still need some sort of supplementation to speed up the process. So one has to be open-minded about it, and it's okay to...
And I think something which you also believe is it should be personalized. It should be not like go to kind of a farmer and pick up all those kinds of different vitamins.
Exactly. Don't just because my neighbor is having this multivitamin,
exactly,
I also start consuming it. That doesn't work. It is very specific, very customized. Everything, whatever you eat, any supplement, any food, any exercise, your gut, everything is customized and personalized. That's what will give you the right results.
Yeah. When we come to hacking,
Yeah.
your own biology, that's what biohacking is all about. What we have seen in the last couple of years, the kind of deeper level of studies which has gone into hormones, mainly. And we have seen that many of the issues what people face or manifest or express has got an underlying hormonal challenge.
Yes.
So, what has been your observation on this, and because you are a practicing, dietitian, so you must have really seen.
Yes.
Because I've seen weight loss. People must be coming to you for weight loss, and they are looking for shortcuts. There could be somebody else who is saying that I'm depressed.
Yeah.
Somebody is nowadays. People say depression as if something like, I'm eating a chocolate.
Yes.
So it's so common. Even though it is not, it's a clinical condition, but people are actually making it very normal.
Yes.
I'm depressed.
And very casually it's being
very casually,
said.
I'm depressed. For the last 2 months, I've been depressed. Totally depressed.
Yes.
So when we look at it, there is underlying hormonal challenges or hormonal issues. So what has been your observation and studies in this?
Especially for women, I will talk. See, women it's a very complex body,
Yeah.
right from the time a little girl gets into the phase of puberty,
Mm-hmm.
where her estrogen and her progesterone has started peaking
Correct, yeah.
into her reproductive stage of her life, to her pregnancy.
Yeah.
The hormones are constantly changing, right? And then comes that phase, the transition phase after the reproduction, is that perimenopausal phase.
Yeah.
That's the most crucial phase where women go through many ups and downs. So if you imagine that a woman's body and the hormonal profile is such where there are ups and downs, and during this perimenopausal phase, there is a lot of unpredictability, I would say, of the hormones. Sometimes the estrogen is declining, because of which you feel depressed, you feel anxiety, you feel brain fogged, disturbed sleep, insomnia, hot flashes, and starts affecting your gut microbiome. Your sugar cravings can go off the charts, your periods can get irregular, the progesterone has dropped. So there are so many things that happen during this perimenopausal phase. And you see, this is bound to happen. Every woman is going to go through this phase.
You have to go through it anyway, yeah.
But how you laid the foundation in your early 20s and your 30s will decide how your 40s were. And how your 40s were will decide how the menopausal phase in your 50s were. So keeping your hormones in balance becomes so important. Where is your estrogen, be it your progesterone, be it the testosterone, be it the cortisol, be it your leptin, your ghrelin, your insulin, the growth hormones. There are so many of these hormones, the complexities of these hormones. Even one hormone that goes declining or goes little off, the symptoms start showing up. This is where women fail to understand. And I was just telling you outside that women come with that first, to me, I want to lose weight. And they're so okay to live with all these symptoms. Their periods were suddenly irregular. Oh, must be something.
Yeah. But I want to lose weight, that's all.
But I want to lose weight. You've been anxious throughout and you're okay with that feeling. You've been having muscle pain and aches, you're okay with that. Suddenly your skin is showing signs of pigmentation, or suddenly you feel your facial hair has gone up, or you have acne, you're okay with that. Your gut microbiome is feeling little messed up. You're not able to digest foods as you used to digest before, and
There's
you're okay
bloating,
with that.
there is,
Bloating, and why is all this happening? Aren't you questioning that? You're only questioning because, I've put on weight, I'm not able to fit into my clothes. So your body is giving you signs and symptoms. Something is not right. You're not feeling well. Find that. I think weight gain is a side effect of an unhealthy body. And that's what the body gives you, signals that the body gives you.
From your experience, when we talk about biohacking, it's all about do-it-yourself. So what kind of, a few general things what people can practice, especially women can practice for maintaining a good hormonal health?
Yeah.
A few.
So, first and foremost, when a woman comes to me, when I'm discussing with them their eating patterns, one thing I notice is a big compromise in the protein intake.
Protein, yeah.
Yes, a big compromise. And I would also say Indian diets are very deficient in protein. From morning to night, if you just think about it, the carbohydrate content is very high.
Yeah.
There is no harm in eating that carbohydrate, but you also need to balance it out with the right amount of protein.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, if you want to find out how much protein do I need, there's a small formula that you can apply. Let's say you could manage to do a body composition analysis. Whatever is your lean body mass, multiply that with 2. That is the minimum amount of protein that your body requires at this point of time. Let's say you couldn't do a body composition analysis. Forget it. Whatever is your body weight at this point of time, okay, in kgs, multiply it by 1.5. Start with in grams. Start with that. At least start with that. Because you see, the importance of protein is, if you eat enough protein, number one, it's going to give signals to your brain that I'm full, the sense of fullness.
Yeah.
Secondly, it also improves basically it reduces the hunger hormone, the ghrelin.
Right. Yeah.
And it improves the satiety hormone, which is the leptin. And also it has been known to give signals to even our GLP-1, which is your hormone of fullness. Yeah.
And also, I think we cannot ignore the significance of amino acids which come from protein.
Absolutely.
Don't you think that this deficiency of some of the amino acids is leading to hormonal imbalances?
You're absolutely right about that. And amino acids will be formed only when you will eat your proteins.
Yeah.
So
now, when you were talking about the general advice or general recommendation to people, you're saying that food which is rich in protein.
Rich in protein is very important because that's very overlooked.
Right.
Secondly, I've seen what is overlooked is good sleep, optimum sleep. They might sleep for 4-5 hours, 5-6 hours, sometimes 8 hours, but the quality of the sleep is extremely important. You need to go through all those 5 stages of your sleep cycle so that the growth hormone can be released and your cortisol can be in balance. Because if you have not slept well, the next day the cortisol is going to be elevated.
Many people who are actually watching this video may be thinking that I've been hearing it, but how can I get the sleep?
So now, first and foremost, when you wake up in the morning, it's important that you get your eyes and your brain some sunlight.
Okay.
Very important. Most people would still continue staying in dark rooms to wake up and get ready and then get out of the house. It's crucial when you open your eyes, when you wake up, draw the curtains, get your sunlight. That's the time when your melatonin production is going to happen for the whole day. And then the circadian rhythm will set in. So it's important that you get your sunlight. And secondly, in the evening, if you are struggling with sleep, you have to follow blue light blockers. You have to wear them in the evening so that you can...
At least avoid the blue lights.
Yeah.
Screen time.
Very important. And I believe very strongly in magnesium. Magnesium will definitely help induce good sleep. Eating foods that are high in tryptophan. Having some cottage cheese.
I'll tell you one very interesting secret. I think, we have, in our company, V-Roots, we have magnesium supplements.
Yeah.
And that's the largest selling right now.
Yeah.
Interestingly, we have an observation because we sell online. So we get statistics. Our maximum number of magnesium getting sold is between 10 p.m. and 12 midnight.
That's a very good observation.
Yeah. Almost 70% of all of magnesium we sell. Or else it is early morning next day. So that means people are not getting the sleep. They go and search on the Google maybe, hey, how can I get sleep? And somewhere they see magnesium. Yes. So that means magnesium has become very popular.
And the fact that they're still on the screen shows the reason why they're not getting sleep.
And they think that just by popping one magnesium, they're going to get sleep. It's not a sleeping pill, by the way.
Yes.
It requires definitely being, I have always seen that magnesium being a central nuclear molecule for most of these different hormones.
So you see, magnesium helps.
Yeah.
I also strongly feel ashwagandha helps a lot.
Yeah.
It helps in inducing good sleep because it relaxes your cortisol levels, reduces the inflammation. You feel more relaxed. The idea is of relaxing.
Right.
Anything that helps. If a little bit of reading will help you, you should do that. Stay away from screen, a bit of reading, ensuring that the temperature of the room is cold.
Yeah.
Keep the room dark. Don't have lights everywhere. Sleep in proper darkness.
So protein, sleep, anything else?
Yes, of course. Keeping your stress levels down. We agree that everyone is highly stressed nowadays. Constant stress equal to elevated cortisol levels. Elevated cortisol levels means hormonal imbalances. Because it's going to affect your insulin.
Yeah.
Disrupted cortisol equal to disrupted insulin, which means insulin resistance. Insulin resistance means weight gain around your belly, weight gain around your hip area, sugar cravings being strong, leading to diabetes, leading to hyperlipidemia, fatty liver. So this is all we are calling for all sorts of lifestyle diseases.
Yeah.
With something as simple as this. And then ensuring I find out how is your gut health at this point of time. Do you have constipation? Do you have irritable bowel syndrome? Do you have bloating?
Burping.
Do you have any heartburn? Is there anything that's causing you discomfort? Do you have leaky gut? Do you have food sensitivities? Trying to find that out is important because you have trillions of bacteria in your gut that is responsible for hormonal changes positively or negatively.
Correct.
So it's important for us to know that.
You have more of your bacteria than your cells, right?
Absolutely. That's your second brain. Your gut is your second brain. From mouth to the rectum, whatever is going on is definitely going to impact your hormones as well.
Yeah. Because that's something which we have seen in many cases, even in our clinics, where people come with issues like depression and generally they are being given normal medication. Normal practice doctors give them some SSRIs and SSRIs work only if you have serotonin secretion, but the serotonin reuptake is fast. Then only SSRIs work. So if you have production of serotonin is low, SSRIs have a very limited role to play.
Yes.
Okay. That point of time, you have to look at how can I enhance the serotonin production, which SSRIs cannot do. SSRIs can hold the serotonin in the synapses for a longer period of time.
Correct.
That is okay. Now, when you look at how you can increase the production of serotonin, the only one way is to deal with your gut. There's nothing else. That's only one thing.
We say that there's a huge connection between your brain and your gut axis. If you have a poor mental health, it will have you will have digestive issues.
Correct.
You will dysregulate your digestive enzymes and you will have digestive issues. So we know it's your second brain. Everything is again manifested in your gut.
I think now I noted first you said the protein, sleep, then
stress.
the sleep, then the stress management, and also the gut.
The gut.
Is there anything else which you think that which can be general towards hormonal health?
Excessive consumption of sugar, unfortunately. Sugar in any form. Any form. I'm not just talking about plain white sugar.
Okay.
It can be even honey. It can be even jaggery. It can be agave. It can be any form of sugar that you think is sugar that I'll replace my sugar with. Can all cause disruption in your gut microbiome.
But now there is another question, because even for your brain to function, you need sugar.
Yes, but
so
then
if you
sugar,
completely cut the sugar off,
you don't have to cut off sugar. You can have sugar in the form of your berries, your raspberries, your apples, your pears, bananas, mangoes. You have them, or from your grains, from your pulses, from your lentils. These are all sugars. So it's not that they are devoid of sugars, right? So you're having sugar in the natural form, not from refined, unprocessed forms.
Right. Yeah. That I agree. Yeah.
And there's a lot of packaged foods and processed foods. The consumption has become really high because of the ease, because of convenience.
Yeah.
People don't have time to really cook.
Yeah.
People don't have time to really sit and prepare everything fresh.
Yeah, you must be knowing that we work on this concept of human performance optimization, and in this coming World Biohack Summit, the core theme is human performance optimization. Now, when it comes to performance optimization, I always find that generally people think that it's all about men, because they have to do a lot of work, they have to perform as an entrepreneur, as a professional. But when I look at the way women do things, like right from the early morning, from the kitchen to doing many things. Even I've seen my wife.
They're all wearing many hats.
I'm just amazed about the way she does all these things. My God. So I think when it comes to human performance optimization, I always believe that it's it should be more targeted towards women, and because if the human performance, if that her performance can be optimized, I think entire family's performance can be optimized.
Oh, absolutely.
Then the society's performance can be optimized.
Yes, you're absolutely right.
So when it comes to that stage, what do you think as a dietitian, clinical dietitian, some of the key components of high performance or peak performance for women?
You know something? Women don't pay much attention to phytoestrogens.
Okay.
So what is happening in this 40s in the women's lives is they're going through a major burnout.
Okay.
Right? Because the hormones are changing, declining estrogen, declining progesterone, testosterone, everything. So their symptoms are all skyrocketed, very elevated and very exaggerated at this point of time. Now, phytoestrogens are plant compounds.
Yeah.
They mimic estrogen, in the body.
Right.
So, estrogens, if you think about the Asian countries, why do they look young and they live longer? The amount of soy products that they have. And it's such a controversial topic again. People say soy products will lead to breast cancer. But no, it's not true. It's not true. In fact, soy products like tofu, edamame, tempeh,
even the isoflavones?
isoflavones, they all will be actually beneficial in the peri to menopausal phases.
Right.
But what happens is from the food, you don't absorb it as much.
Mm.
So sometimes a bit of supplementation is important.
Mm.
But if you have been eating it regularly for a long period of time, then
Okay.
you can reap the benefits. And that's what the awareness is important. That you start in your 40s so that in your 50s, when you've hit menopause, it has not really massacred you.
Okay.
You know? So phytoestrogens is something that I again start incorporating in the stages in women's
In 40s, what you said.
especially when they have started their menstruation starts becoming irregular.
Okay.
Not necessarily somebody can be 45, 47 but still has normal functioning, has no really complaints.
Right.
But when the periods have started now becoming irregular, is a good time to start your phytoestrogens.
How about the progesterone supplementation or something like that?
Now it's very, very personalized. I feel it's your choice.
Mm.
You know what? Vitamin D is also a hormone. If we are so open about taking a vitamin D injection, and we are so open about going and taking your supplementations every week, why are we scared of taking hormone replacement therapy?
That's why I asked.
If you are going through severe depression, the hot flashes, and mood swings, the irritability
Correct.
has knocked you down, has come in the way of your regular life, your relationships. You know, you're so irritated that you're snapping at everybody around you. You're
Yeah.
no more productive.
Yeah.
And you are suffering every day. Why won't you seek help? And now so much is happening. There's so much medical research and studies going on about menopause. I think researchers, scientists have been very mean towards menopausal women.
Yeah.
They just thought that's the grand finale and that's it. No?
Can be a restart.
Yes, it can be a grand finale for your reproductive stage.
Yeah, but
it's
it
not
can
the
be
end
restart
of my
for your
life.
life. Yeah.
You know? So if they need help, they need to start recognizing these symptoms, something that is bothering me. And if they need help, they need to see a good gynecologist, seek proper help, and start hormone replacement therapy. I have had so many of my patients who have felt amazing.
Yeah.
And there are so many forms. You get them in patches, you
Oh,
get
yeah.
them in
You can
creams,
actually
you have
rub
those
it.
pellets,
Yeah,
suppositories, injections, whatever you want, whatever suits you.
Yeah.
It's all about open communication with your right counselor, with your right gynecologist, and getting the right treatment in.
Yeah.
Why suffer?
And I think it is the easiest form of supplementation to a certain extent. You know, like you can apply on the skin and you get the result.
So when you've been given progesterone, you've been given estrogen, and in some cases you're also given testosterone.
Yeah.
You know, you suddenly have great mood, good libido. You need to have a normal life. Why do I need to feel it's over for me? In fact, some women have a new phase of their lives after menopause.
Absolutely, yeah.
They start a fresh life. They're looking at a newer perspective.
No, I strongly believe that by the age of 50 for women, you can actually reboot and restart your life.
Totally.
Mainly because your children must have all got settled.
Yeah.
You know, and you have got so much of time, and if you
Yes,
have the
absolutely.
health, energy, and the right thinking pattern, I think that's the time you can actually go
And
fly
that's
high.
what we need to chase. The energy,
Yeah.
the health.
Yeah.
If you are going to be casual about it and be okay with the symptoms, living with those symptoms, then
Yeah.
the 50s and above is going to be terrible for you.
Yeah. This is simply amazing, mainly because of that's where I got fascinated towards the concept of biohacking, because in 2016-17 was the time I started getting into the subject of human longevity, peak performance,
Yes.
biohacking, mainly because I was nearing my 50s.
Yeah.
So I thought, how can I peak my performance post 50s? So in professional level, in personal level, and that's an amazing world where actually most of the people don't even know that. They think like what you said is that after 50s it's all over. No, actually you can restart your life.
Yes.
And you can actually take your life to a completely new level.
Totally.
That's where the performance optimization comes into play. And I think this time in the World Biohack Summit also, we're going to have such speakers who are going to enlighten people about how you can actually optimize your performance at any time in your life.
I don't know how long am I going to live, but whatever time I'm living, I want it to be high quality.
Exactly.
It's not about the number of years I live. It's the quality of my life. I don't want anyone to help me get up from my chair, going to the bathroom and asking for help to just come out of the bathroom. I don't want that. I want to be totally independent, travel, do hikings, why not? Trekking, it's important. And it's
something
all
like adding more life to the years than
things
adding,
that we did not do because we were so busy in the rat race, let's say, is now is the time that you are making time for yourself.
Yeah.
So now you need to enjoy that. So all these years you were so busy creating that wealth.
Absolutely.
Now let's go enjoy that wealth.
That's why, all these years you are creating that WEALTH. Now let's create WHEALTH.
But if you don't have that health, then no point of that wealth. So let's keep our health optimum.
Yeah.
And then let's enjoy that wealth.
Absolutely. You've been to this region and you've been consulting thousands of clients. So let me ask you this. You're part of the World Biohack Summit and we are all super excited to have you with us on this journey.
Yeah.
So how do you think, looking at this region and the kind of characteristics of this region, how this World Biohack Summit is going to make a significant positive impact in this region?
In Dubai, in UAE, we're living in excess actually. People are affluent, okay? So there's a lot of, and the weather is not very conducive. So we don't walk around, we don't go running after the buses, no public transport. I mean, there is, but everything is very luxurious.
Yeah.
The standard of life and living is amazing here. So we are spoiled. So if we want to add physical activity, our children, ourselves, we have to join a gym, we have to join classes.
Correct.
You have to make an effort. It's not natural. If I'm in Europe, I'm going to be cycling to my work.
That's right.
Right?
Yeah, that's right.
And here 6 months, I can't even walk, unfortunately. So that is one of the challenges which we have here. And the rise of diabetes is very high because of sedentary lifestyles. A lot of processed food is available very easily. Press a button and the food is here within 15 minutes. So we have these modern lifestyle challenges here. But people are aware that they're doing something wrong and they want to make a change. There's a lot of aspiration. They want to make a difference to their own health. They want to look nice. Again, this is a place where people love going out. People love to mingle, socialize. So they like to look good. They like to make a difference to how they feel.
I can make out because
you go to the malls, you will realize everyone is well dressed and everyone is very well turned out.
Mitun, the kind of response we get for the summit now, the registrations have started. Unlike in other countries where the biohack summits happen, where only the practitioners and the wellness fraternity comes for this kind of summit, we see a lot of common people registering.
Yes.
That shows that people are looking forward.
They want to learn and they want to learn from the experts. Now in the age of social media, there is so much confusion.
Yeah.
And there's so much information and there is a lot of dilemma. They don't know who to trust.
Yeah.
How do they know? Of course, they will do their cognizance, but it is still confusing.
Yeah.
When they come to a summit like this, they know that the best from the field, the experts are here. We can trust them. They're all talking that is science-based, evidence-based, research-based.
True. And also from different fields, people experts from different fields.
Experts and specialists from different fields. They're experts in their own field, not like a general person speaking on a general topic.
That's right. Yeah. I think let's keep the rest of the things for the summit.
Yes. There are a lot of exciting secrets that I'm going to unleash at the summit.
Absolutely. I know that, because your 20 plus years of experience, especially in this region, that's where I'm super excited. Can add a lot of value to this kind of a summit where people from, I think we are almost 30 days.
18th October and 19th October.
So 30
we are
days
very
now
close by.
The day we are talking now, 32 days now for the event.
Yeah.
And when yesterday we were having a discussion and we see the registrations coming from various countries like Poland, Australia.
Yeah. That's so amazing.
It's amazing. So I think most of the people will be keen to listen to you mainly because they want to see what's happening in the region rather than listening to an international speaker.
Yes.
So I think we are so much happy to have you.
Thank you so much.
And I think it was a phenomenal interaction from my side. I would rather say the kind of response I got, because when I have seen clinical dietitians, most of them come with a kind of closed good old theories, because the world is changing so fast. So you understand it very well, which is very clear from your conversation. So thank you so much, Dr. Mitun, for being with us in this podcast.